This time value money example, it uses the concept of annuities. Now, an annuity is a set of cash flows where it's the exact same amount each and every period. In a different example, we used uneven cash flows that totaled up to $1,000. In this example, we're using an investment where you pay $800 today and you'll get $250 a year for 4 years. Because each of these payments in the future is the exact same amount, this is called an annuity. And annuities are pretty common in personal finance, but they're also pretty common out there in business finance. For example, most leases entail the exact same lease payment, either on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. When you lease a car, you come up with monthly payments. When you buy a car, you also come up with monthly payments. So buying a house, buying a car, most longer-term personal finance investments or borrowings rather are based on the annuity concept, so that you can plan what the payments are going to be every month or every quarter or every year. And there are others where the payments are actually uneven. Your credit card does not require you to make the same payment each period. Okay? So think of this as a car payment type problem, but we're only going to do 4 periods because that's all the periods we need. You're going to take $800 out of your pocket today at time 0 and get back $250 a year from now, $250 2 years from now, another $250 3 years from now, and the final $250 4 years from now. If we were to take the present value of each of these using the simple present value formula, the simple formula would be take the future value, what that payment you're going to get in the future, and divide it by 1 plus the interest rate raised to how long it takes you to get the money back. Okay? And we do that for each of these. All right, so with this first one, it would be 250 divided by 1.01 plus 8%, or 1.08. Same number, 8% and 0.08 are the same number, raised to the first power. This one would be raised to the second power, this one raised to the third power, and this one raised to the fourth power. Okay, so we're using the same basic formula for each of these. The only difference is that this 250 will be after earning interest for 1 year. This one will be after earning interest for 2 years, and so forth. So if I take the present value here, then the present value of each of these payments added together gives me $828.03. That means that somebody's going to sell me something worth $828.03, and I'm going to get a bargain basement price of $800. Okay, that actually sounds like a pretty good deal, doesn't it? So my money is currently earning 8% interest sitting in the bank someplace. This will earn more. All right, so the amount of interest I'd earn on this first $231 that I put into that I leave in the bank today, 1.08 x1 minus will earn $18.52. This will earn 35. This will earn 51. This will earn 66. So if I started with $828.03, I would also earn $171.97, and that would produce $250 after 1 year, $250 after 2 years, $250 after 3, $250 after 4. So the grand total here would reproduce $1,000. Okay. Now, like the other video example we have, which is part 1, I can use the Npv function. And the Npv function equals Npv, interest rate, comma, and then cash flows. That little squiggly in here indicates that you need an array. An array simply means all the numbers have to be next to each other and in order. So here they're next to each other and they're in order, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. By the way, you can also put them in order going in the columns if you choose to, although most people simply go up and down. So to calculate the NPV here at 0.08, 8% interest of those cash flows, again, I'm going to get the same number I calculated doing it the hard way. Excel is simply taking a shortcut to get me this one. And the other function we introduced is the IRR. The IRR function simply asks you what the cash flows are, but including times 0. Okay? So if we include times 0, IRR, this is earning actually more than 8%. This one would be earning 9.56%. So if you took your money and left it sitting in your investment account, you're earning 8%. If you take that money out and invest it here, you're making 9.56%. That would be more. So with a business, what they're looking at is more is better than less. So making this investment would actually generate a higher rate of return than they could doing something else. Now, if you refer back to the other problem we had, I'm just going to add me some rows here. What we looked at is in the other example where the cash flows are 100, 200, 300, and 400. And if we took the present value and the IRR of those, we see that the same $1,000, okay, actually is not as good a deal when it's split up like this. If you only get back 100, then 200, then 300, then 400, that's not as good as getting 250, 250, 250, 250. All right, the equivalent amount of cash today, you'd have to pay $800 to receive something worth $828. And you'd be earning 9.56%. If they promised you 100, 200, 300, and 400, that's only worth $796. That's less than what you could earn by just leaving it in the bank. And if we compared this to another 400, 300, 200, 100, what we see here is the same $1,000, but if you get the money faster, wow, it means that it's worth even more. It's earning a higher rate of return. And I hate to say common sense ought to tell you that, but common sense ought to tell you that. The faster you get your money back, the sooner you can reinvest it in something else. So this refers to liquidity. The faster you get your money back, the higher rate of return you're going to be earning. So it isn't just the amount of money that you spend. Each of these 3 projects or each of these 3 opportunities cost $800. And it isn't the total amount you get back. This is $1,000, this is $1,000, this is $1,000. It's also the timing on the cash flows. The sooner you get your money back, the better. All right, so that's a liquidity thing. And when I say the better, it simply means the higher rate of return you're earning. If each of these choices is equally risky, all else held constant, then this would be the best choice simply because it earns the most money.